Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pepperly Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to thank all of my viewers for watching my videos, for leaving me comments and your reactions to these videos. I really appreciate every single one of you, so thank you so much for those who watch, those who have subscribed. I really appreciate your support, so thank you very, very much. Today I'm going to be making a card with the Dragonfly Garden stamp set along with the Stitched Shapes dies. I'm going to be using the second largest die, circle die there, and we'll get started. Now, I had made a video before this one and I wasn't 100% happy with how it turned out, but I want to show you the card that I made, and I went berserk with the colours. I decided to go a bit bright and rainbow, but that's the result of the card. I'm going to subdue this quite a bit, but I wanted to show you not everything that we do always turns out lovely. So I'm not sure if you will like this card or not, but for me it's not really 100%, but I just wanted to show it to you. This is what we're going to do on that card, but we're going to do it a lot more subtle. So we'll get started. First things first, I'm going to get my Whisper White thick card base, half an A4 scored in, half again. Generally speaking, I don't give dimensions because this is flexible to be whatever card base you wish. So if you want it to be a smaller, a square, you can do all of that. It's not an issue. It's a very flexible design, so I don't get hung up on measurements. I'm sorry, but I don't. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've cut it 1/4 of an inch shorter than the card base, as you can see there. I just cut off 1/4 of an inch there, and so when I layer it together, it looks like it is has a nice even border around it. All right, so first thing we're going to do with this is we're going to ink blend with this. I'm going to bring my craft sheet because I like to have a slick surface and also to protect my desk. And we're going to use Mint Macaron. This is a colour that I have not used for a very, very long time, so I thought it would be fun to bring it out. And we're going to go for subtle here. So I'm just going to ink blend very subtle all around in Mint Macaron. And we'll build up the colours slowly. It doesn't have to be perfect, so just letting you know, we'll just build it up slowly. And this card can be used for any occasion, so yeah, it's a very flexible design. Now, even if it's imperfect, that's okay. That's what I want. I don't want it to be perfect. I want there to be lots of colour. See that? Very subtle. And we'll just keep blending the colour. So that's all blended in. It's very subtle, but I like it. See that? So I'm just going to clean my craft sheet. So with this card front here, I'm going to grab my embossing buddy, or just grab any anti-static tool you may have. And what this does is it just stops the ink from getting in places it's not supposed to, and just stamp the image that you're after. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these little dragonflies all over this. So I'll use my Versamark ink pad. I'll just grab a piece of paper underneath, and we will just stamp all over. I'm not sure how that will look, but we'll give it a go. And I'll just get some white embossing powder. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? That looks nice. I like that. Just make sure I get it all everywhere. Okay, so that is how that looks. So what I'm going to do off camera is heat emboss this, and then I shall be back. Okay guys, so I've just finished now heat embossing this, and I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. But what I want to do is actually trim off some more of these bits. I want to get rid of the dark bits, but I also want to make the panels smaller, and for it to sit more to the left hand side and down the bottom, I want to do something different. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim around it, and then I'll let you know what the dimensions of that are. But seriously, you can you don't have to go to too much trouble. So that would be about less than 1/4 of an inch off that. Just want to trim off the way I ink blended that. So I'll just get rid of bits and pieces that I don't like. Use whatever trimmer you want as well. So I like the way that that looks. So I'm going to put mine sort of like that, a little bit more abstract. Or should I put it in the middle? No, I'll do it abstract. I'll go here. I think that looks cool. I like that, so I'll stick with that. So I'm going to just grab my glue, and I'll just stick that panel down, and then we'll work on the rest of it. Just trying to think what else I can do with this. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So I'm going to stick that down and have that ready to go. Just a little, something a little unusual, but very clean and simple. I like this now. This is speaking to me now. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp with this open looking dragonfly. I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to use my Stamparatus, so I'll just bring that out. And I'm going to use a template and grab the stamp, and I'll take this foam away because it's a rubber stamp. So I'll just make sure it looks good from the back and it sits well within my template, so just make sure that that does that. See, what happens is, because it's sticky, I move it and then it doesn't stamp properly. So I've got to try and find a way to make this work better for me. So I'll just do that and hope for the best. Okay. I'm just going to add my cut. Make sure I've got it the right way. And I think I do. And I will stamp that in, let me see, smoky slate. I'm going to, stamp that in smoky slate. And I think I stamped that pretty good. So that is that. And I'll just clean my stamp and take the Stamparatus away. I'm finished with the Stamparatus now. And then I'm going to bring out some scrap Whisper White piece of paper, piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut out the second largest circle, which is this one over here, and I'll run that through my machine. So I'll bring that out, and I'll just grab the appropriate sandwich, which is a number 1, number 2, a cutting pad, or a number 3. Then I'll bring in my cardstock, my white cardstock with the second largest circle there, and we'll pop that through the machine. Alrighty. So now that's all done. So we'll bring in our card base here. I'm going to pop that over here like so. And then I'm going to add the dragonfly over the top. But I'm going to colour this very lightly with an equivalent of mint macaron, so that's the closest I have. I'll just see if I've got another colour that will be even better, that I can use lightly. Not quite the right shade. Yeah, that's my closest one. So what I'll do is just very lightly colour it. And then I'm going to mix it in with a little bit of grey. I think this colour would look good too with it. It's like a khaki colour sort of thing, so I'm just going to lightly use that. It's like a grey, yeah, that's my equivalent, I think, to mint macaron. We'll see how that turns out. So I'll just grab my, I'll lower you down so you can see the colouring part there. And I'll just grab my blender pen. I'm using a Copic marker for this. And this is like a mint macaron looking colour. Nothing spectacular, I'm just putting it on. And just colouring it over, and that is all. Really simple. Just get rid of any excess colour. Done. And so I'm just going to put my circle here, and I'll put my dragonfly here, and then I'll just zoom out so you can see that. And I think that looks really lovely. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, so I'll just grab those. So now what I'm going to do is just stick my dragonfly at an angle. And that is my finished card for today. I hope you like it. I tend to leave my cards blank from sentiments, but always feel free to use whatever you like. It'll look nice with the banner down here. You can even add some string. I tend not to embellish my cards. I'd like them to mail off easily, so I tend to keep mine simple. If you'd like to see more complicated cards with more embellishments and things, let me know. It's generally not my style, but I don't mind experimenting. So let me know what you think. I hope you like this card, and let me know which of these two you prefer. Do you prefer the rainbow colour or the more subtle one? So it's amazing how, you know, a bit of colour and a different layout can change the look of your card. It's something very simple that you can do. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time. If you're interested in buying any of the products featured today, feel free to visit my online store at pepperyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net. And if you live in Australia, I will really appreciate your business. And this will just help also the content, the free online classes that I do every week going. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.